So eighth graders, we are cruising to pages 144 to 145, a continuation of the lottery. Now we're deep into the lottery. We're right past the middle section of the story. Oh, I got like stuff popping up on my screen. Okay, let me record, share screen. Okay, so I'll reread 144 to 145. Okay, so as I'm rereading, you're thinking about the key idea that you'll be answering at the top of 145. What does this section of the story help readers understand about the outcome of the lottery? Remember the plot, and right back here we have a little, I thought I had a review of the plot. Yeah, review of the plot. When you're doing plot, every event builds on another to get to the end of the story, okay? So, oh, there it is, review. Okay, so analyzing plot requires you to think about how story events build on another. And that's what I want you to think about on here. So, okay, so let me reread with the regular book because that has normal size font in it. The other one does not. Okay, so 144, make sure you have that open. Make sure you're following along with me as I read. Mr. Summers called his own name and then stepped forward precisely and selected a slip from the box. Then he called Warner. 77th year I've been in the lottery, old man Warner said as he went through the crowd. 77th time. Watson, the tall boy came awkwardly through the crowd. Someone said, "Don't be nervous, Jack." And Mr. Summers said, "Take your time, son." Zanini. After that, there was a long pause, a breathless pause, until Mr. Summers, holding a slip of paper in the air, said, "All right, fellas." For a minute, no one moved, and then all the slips of paper were opened. Suddenly, all the women began to speak at once, saying, "Who is it? Who's got it? Is it the Dunbars? Is it the Watsons?" Then the voices began to say, "It's Hutchinson. It's Bill. Bill Hutchinson's got it." "Go tell your father," Mrs. Dunbar said to her older son. People began to look around to see the Hutchinsons. Bill Hutchinson was standing quiet, staring down at the paper in his hand. Suddenly, Tessie Hutchinson shouted to Mr. Summers, "You didn't give him enough time to take any paper he wanted. I saw it. It wasn't fair." "Be a good sport, Tessie," Mrs. Delacroix said, and Mrs. Graves said, "All of us took the same chance." "Shut up, Tessie," Bill Hutchinson said. Page 145. "Well, everyone," Mr. Summers said, "that was done pretty fast, and now we've got to be hurrying a little more to get done in time." He consulted his next list. "Bill," he said, "you draw for the Hutchinsons family. You got any other households in the Hutchinsons?" "There's Don and Eva," Mrs. Hutchinson yelled. "Make them take their chance." "Daughters draw with their husband's family, Tessie," Mr. Summers said gently. "You know that as well as anyone else." "It wasn't fair," Tessie said. "I guess not, Joe," Bill Hutchinson said regretfully. "My daughter draws with her husband's family. That's only fair. And I've got no other family except the kids." Okay, so make sure you fill that in. Page 145, key idea. And don't forget your punctuation at the end.